Hello everyone. This is Plague Doctor 13, going to be casting a scrim today. Changing it up a bit from watching the Valor scrims this past week, now looking at Empire versus Volt. We've seen Empire scrim a few times over the past week, mostly, again, that Valor match. Playing very well against Valor, holding down the points and using utility to great effect. Volt, somewhat of a new team being formed during roster lock. It's going to be an interesting matchup here. Looking at the players, looks like we are going to be having maybe 1 or 2 tryouts on the Empire side, and then a full roster over on the Volt side. Most of the members of Volt, during roster lock, actually leaving a team called God Squad. We'll see how this pans out for these Volt members, maybe trying to escape the trenches of Silver and show their skills to these top-ranked teams. They're going to have a tough matchup against Empire this week. Looks like we have the Empire players who are going to be filtering in. I'm not quite sure what first map is going to be or what sides are going to look like. Empire plays a very good defense on most of their maps, especially against Valor, putting up a great showing. But we shall see what Volt can do. I am excited to see this matchup, and I hope that it's going to be a great scrim to watch. Looking like we have our Empire players filtering in here. The 9 o'clock start, so they're not too late. Looking back at the Empire scrim versus Valor, Empire's been using their utility quite a bit, especially these frag grenades rather than incendiaries, to hold down the points. If Volt can capitalize off of that, they may be able to get a great victory off of Empire and give themselves a strong start to the next season, giving themselves some momentum to go off of. Looking at the Volt team, most of these players have only played on bronze or silver teams. Maybe some underdog action here, with Washed King being the only player with above silver experience being on a diamond team. But it does not look like that there's anyone else with that level of experience, so maybe we will see some underdogs here, you know, punching above their weight, getting Empire down in a scrim. Looks like we have all of the Empire members in, including Icon, their captain. Looks like we have, on the Volt side, we have ICL, PMO, Delusion, SMH, and Washed King. On the Empire side, we have Colt, Exciting, Jaden Daniels, Galaxy's Friend, and Icon. Looks to me like we may have 1 or 2 tryouts on the Empire side, and a different lineup than we had for the Valor scrim. On the Valor scrim, we had Clegend, I Adapt, and we had 9 not seen in this scrim. Maybe trying to change up their roster a little bit and see what they can do against Volt. Maybe being a little cautious with who they want to push out for this next season. Looking like the teams have chosen a map. Sides maybe holding steady. Empire seeming to want to be on defense. Volt being on offense. Never mind, we have the teams switching sides right as I say that. Just looking to prove me wrong. Looks like our first map is going to be Hideout. A nice even map for both sides, depending on their game knowledge. Empire having a pretty good lead over them when it comes to points. However, we don't have much to go off of for these Volt players having not played in the season yet on a team. Well, rather on a team together. Hideout is one of Empire's strongest maps, however. Having played 9 times, winning 67% of those, because they won 6, playing 87 rounds, winning 50 on a 57% round win rate. Empire plays very well on this. Volt is going to have to play, going to punch above their weight here in order to claim some rounds off of Empire. On the economy side, we have Empire going for a pretty standard buy using those frag grenades we were talking about, along with a drone, an incendiary coming out, which we didn't see too many of during that Valor match. For Volt here, we have all Spectrals with some frag grenades and an incendiary. I'm not seeing any defensive gadgets coming out, such as door blockers or proximities, not even any trips. But on this pistol round, those aren't as necessary as they are for other rounds, typically. I'm being told by one of the captains here that roster-wise, looks like one of the players that did change their name recently. We have Galaxy's friend is actually Blue. Looking like we're going for a pretty standard push here from Volt. Sorry, from Empire, blowing the hatch and then going in from balcony. Volt going for some early wall bangs off of A. Empire going for a very rush strategy here, pushing straight into A point very confidently. Volt hitting some incendiaries to block off the plant. Jaden and Colt both taking someone down, especially with an incendiary on connector. Great job by them. Jaden getting taken down by Washed King. Now on a 3v4. Health advantage belonging to Empire. Exciting, going for an early plant here. Washed King pushing up, trying to capitalize off of it. Getting the kill off. Washed King now hiding behind his tub. Colt and Blue having to hold this EMP down. Meanwhile, Icon is still on the roof watching the rotate, taking down TMO on his way back to his team, looking to flank around back of B. Washed King doing very badly on health here, able to hold down the EMP. Colt pushing in, taking on Washed King, getting taken out by Delusion, who is in the shower. Blue getting the plant off, but now Delusion knows Icon is in the connector. And Icon getting the kill off on Delusion, ending out this pistol round. Now with Empire leading 1-0 out of pistol rounds. Empire playing that very smartly, pushing in very quickly on this team, but Volt holding their own very well, getting those Empire members down one by one, holding a 1v2. Looking like we have Empire going for a very standard garage push here. Empire going for a garage push. Volt holding it down. Empire maybe going for hatch as well onto B. Alrighty, it looks like we have Empire going in from garage door. Not pushing in too aggressively with a grenade, almost taking out the drone. Looking at this droning here, going under the car, trying to check through garage, now knowing there are no roamers sitting in garage. Now we have a kill from Jaden Daniels with a grenade onto ICL. Now, looks like we have a garage push still happening here. Volt getting taken down by Jaden Daniels. Now Delusion dying out. Only a 5v3 for Volt here. Not in a good position on this defensive on hideout, looking like Jack is going to blow, Jaden is going to blow the wall here, trying to get a great angle on SMH, not getting it off. Exciting, looking for an early plant, being able to defend it. Both walls open. Looking like we may have a flank now from Washed King, trying to get these Empire players off guard, not able to take out Blue. Blue taking out Washed King, and Exciting taking out SMH. Ending off this round. Empire now leading 2-0. Empire leading 2-0 heading into this round. Empire seemingly going for a full buy now. They can very handily afford it. Volt going for a save. We have 2 Arils, an Omen, and another Aril actually going for the Aril meta here. When it comes to economy-wise, Empire's playing this very smartly, not overextending on their economy too much, but also not underbuying. Volt trying to put up a good showing here, just not able to get the numbers advantage early enough. Looking at the stats, we have Washed King leading on Volt's side with 2-2-0, and Empire spreading their kills out quite a bit, with the frontrunner being Jaden Daniels. Apparently one of their tryouts, so putting on a good showing. Looking like Empire is going to be going for a standard B push here. Along with Jaden Daniels watching out for a pre-grenade on roof. Not able to catch anyone off guard there, with Volt players just staying on point. Exciting, going for some info peeks here with Icon's drone coming down, looking to grab some information for his team. Knowing now there seems to be no one waiting in storage, allowing his team to push straight in. Taking these stairs in the back room. How exciting, taking some hits before walking past that wall. Icon now joining in, having checked the flank. And can identify how many players are in point. Seeing maybe 3 of them. Volt now knowing that they have been droned out, and they are going to have to play this very carefully. Some blind fires are coming out. One of the B walls being blown here. Exciting taking out SMH from behind the box. PMO taking out Exciting in return. Delusion getting hit quite a bit from through that wall. Going out to take cover, getting taken down by Blue through a corner bang. Flash coming out from Empire here, looking to take the point very quickly, pushing it together. Another flash coming out. Flashing ICL twice. EMP seems to be down underneath that garage hatch if Volt can hold it down, but right now ICL and PMO are trapped in point. Jaden taking out Washed King. Empire now free to take storage. PMO taking out Icon, letting people know that he's behind that box. A tough spot here for both teams, with Empire almost holding the health advantage, even though they're down a player. Looks like Blue's hoping to rotate down the hatch. Jaden waiting very patiently on point for any roamers. Pushing around here, taking out ICL. PMO getting maybe a little bit impatient here. PMO watching the drop, not taking out Blue in time to switch over to Jaden. Empire picking up their 3rd round, but losing a lot of their rifles here. Volt not able to hold up a rifle. Volt's in a tough spot with their economy here. If they are able to pull this round off, they will set themselves up very well. However, with a 0-3 deficit here, I'm not sure a full buy is going to be the plan. Meanwhile, on the Empire side, they can very comfortably hold down a full buy other than Icon. Going for a very interesting proximity here from ICL. Unfortunately, not able to get it off. Looks like double trips coming out along with more defensive gadgets. Volt really going all out with their defensive gadgets, trying to hold down these points. Empire having pushed together so far. Maybe Volt can interrupt their progress here by just taking out a few of their players on roam. I haven't seen too many roams from Volt. Maybe they're not too comfortable heading outside point. Looking like we're guarding shower on A. Meanwhile, Empire looking to go through hatch and balcony. Being the wall, trying to get some early hits off. Get some hits off on PMO and ICL. And on ICL again, interrupting the heal. Blue peeking in. Trying to get some hits off as well. Volt biding their time, not trying to roam outside point, but getting hit through the wall multiple times. Because Empire knows where to wallbang to get into that connector. It comes with time on game knowledge. Looking like we have an encounter maybe about to happen here. There's a 3-push here behind box. ICL taking out Exciting. Holding down this hallway for his team. Now trapped behind the box. Managing to escape. Looks like we have Delusion taking a bit of damage through the wall here. And then SMH getting taken out by Icon from behind that box taking cover as well. B wall getting blown here. Now splitting the team up. PMO getting a great kill on Icon. Flicking from the wall to the door. Evening up the numbers here. Health advantage now barely belongs to Volt with that kill. On defense, they're holding a great position here, just waiting for Empire to make their move. Looking like Colt is going to rotate around with the EMP. Those two Empire players just waiting outside with the cloak, trying to kill ICL, getting hit by a great incendiary. Jaden Daniels taking him out all of his health with that incendiary. Now evening the numbers, and health advantage again belongs to Empire. Watch King now stuck in the bedroom. Not able to rotate out because of that window cover. Not needing to really either. Blue taking out PMO. Not realizing Delusion is still in connector. Washington trying to take out Jaden, taking him out. Maybe hearing Cole outside on that balcony. Empire needing to play time here now. Washington about to get flash. But unfortunately, Colt is not able to get that flash off. Blue might see Wash trying to peek Colt here. If Wash can just hold his position, he might be able to get a kill off on the planter. Now knowing they pushed inside, Delusion looks to not push in. Empire barely getting the plant off, and then Blue killing Washed King on the long peek. Delusion now down to 9 HP. And his stim is not recharged. Unfortunate position here for these Volt players, losing their lead. And Colt killing Delusion. The great shot going down to 1 health. Empire picking up their 4th round. Volt economy somewhat in shambles now. If they can't get this round off, they are going to be in trouble. Especially heading into switch rounds. Empire still dominantly ahead when it comes to economy. Looking at the stats here, Jaden Daniels on a dominant lead for Empire, holding a 7-2-4. Meanwhile, we have PMO leading for Volt with 4-4. So far on defense, Volt hasn't fared too well. We shall see how it works when they come to offense. Maybe that is their better side. And looking at the ranks for these two teams, this is somewhat of a showcase match for Volt. Trying to figure out, okay, you know, what's our skill level when it comes to these top-level teams. Empire, not all the way completely up on the top of the leaderboard, but they are definitely a contender for top 10 next season, holding their own on the top side of the leaderboard here on VRML Season 3. Alrighty, looks like we have Empire going for a garage push again, with Volt adopting a roamer now. 2 roamers, in fact. One in laundry, one coming up the stairs. Washed King getting taken out by Exciting. And Jaden Dano's getting a great grenade off on PMO. Unfortunately, this Volt roamer seemed to have been clocked by the drone. ICL getting taken out. Sorry, taking out Jaden Daniels. Empire players now looking to push in. This roamer coming in from back of garage, maybe able to get a few kills off. Unfortunately, missing quite a bit on that bench, but managing to take 2 players out. Now ICL on a 1v2 thanks to his teammate taking out 2 of the Empire members. Empire looking to get the kill rather than to get the plant off. No, they have the numbers for it. And exciting taking out ICL, not taking too much damage while he's at it. Getting a flash in from his friendly. Empire on a 5-0 lead. Volt, thanks to their streak of not winning these rounds, able to actually afford for this last switch round, thankfully. Empire dominantly leading this economy. Jaden Daniels picking up another kill while he's at it, but Blue now at 6-1, confidently running up to that second spot. Let's see. Looking at this offense here, Empire holding these Vezins now with a lot of utility in their hands. Volt with not much utility, not being able to afford much other than their guns. Delusion actually only on a Spectral. Unfortunately, getting caught unawares on this wall blow. They might get pushed very hard here. Already holding down the point. Like we have Empire pushing in, maybe trying to get the plant off with Jaden Daniels. Meanwhile, Blue is waiting outside the door. Getting the plant off with Jaden Daniels waiting very patiently for a Volt push. Wash King taking out Colt and Blue here. Maybe taking out Jane Daniels, taking out SMH, and Jane Daniels also taking out ICL. Icon taking out PMO. Now with Wash King on a 1v2 in a favorable position. If he can just get this kill off on Jane Daniels. Icon very low up on that garage. Unfortunately, Jaden taking out Washed King. Empire now leading 6-0. Now leading 6-0, leading into the defense round for Volt. Sorry, the offense round for Volt. Interesting here. May have to turn off the stream and just record, as we might be getting a sniping call from one of the teams. Looks like I had some audio issues there, folks. I'm sorry about that. My voice seems to have cut out unexpectedly. So sorry about that, folks. Looks like I may have missed out on quite a bit of gameplay there. This is unfortunate. Getting back into the flow of things here, we have Delusion's drone getting taken down by Empire. Empire now holding a 1-4 on Volt. I'm not quite sure where my voice cut out, so I'm going to go over a few things here. Volt able to full buy coming into this buy round, but so is Empire, evening up the odds here. Maybe able to hold a 2-4 heading into their offensive round. Looking like a rotate is being called by Volt in order to go around to A, capitalizing off of the Empire players' positions. Looking like Delusion is hoping to push through this window onto stairs. Empire hearing the rotate with Weirdo and I Adapt both staying point. Looking like the repels are heard. If Volt can push through here fast enough, they may be able to get this off. If I Adapt and Exciting can hold down this point, however, Exciting peeking out, not able to get any hits off, but now knowing there are members out there, Weirdo getting SMH through the wall on a great wall bang. Exciting pushing out, being taken out by Delusion on an overextension there from Empire, unfortunately. And we have Washed on Cloak, almost able to take out one of the Empire players, not able to get it off. Weirdo now hidden behind the bench on a very devious lead here. Trying to see any heads. Able to almost see one of these players. Not able to quite get it off. Blind firing, not getting any hits. I Adapt, taking out PMO. Volt now on a 2v4. But Delusion pushing in, killing Weirdo Jr. off the bench. I Adapt, taking him down as well. Volt now on a 1v2. Having to play very quickly to beat this timer on 20 seconds. I Adapt very easily could just run away and play time. Jaden Daniels not having his gun up on this peak, unfortunately going to take him out. I Adapt looking to peek, getting some great info peeks off. And taking out Washed King. Empire now on a 2-4 heading into offense on Maul. Heading into offense on Maul. Now we have Empire on offense. This didn't switch over correctly. Can Empire claim back a few rounds from Volt, or will Volt get Maul? Volt having a great start on Maul, only losing a bit of steam towards the end when Empire could get their feet under them and get their economy back. Resetting the economy on pistol round here. Will Volt be able to continue that trend and pull off maybe a 7-2 here? Not getting the 5-1 curse. A very, very split push here from Empire. Having one going in bottom floor. Meanwhile, we have 4 players going in up top. Weirdo Jr. going for a flank here, looking at bottom stairs. Delusion and ICL holding the top. Looking like we have some gunfire about to be exchanged between the teams. Getting a great info peek off. Looked like I Adapt and a great info peek off for Empire. We had a push upstairs here from Weirdo Jr. on the flank. No one from Volt watching it. Weirdo almost able to take out 2 players here. Weirdo taking out ICL as well as Delusion. Getting taken out by Washed King, but claiming 2 kills for his team. A great trade-off. I Adapt pushing straight in point with no fear. getting taken out by Washed King, as well as Exciting getting taken out by Washed King. A little bit of lag here from SMH, getting taken out by Jaden Daniels. Now, Washed King on 2 health, facing off against Jaden Daniels on 27. Both one-shot, both holding Jespers. Holding Spectrals, sorry. Volt here, able to play time. If they just play it very patiently, instead of ego peeking, they can get this round off. Jaden Daniels has to grab this EMP. And Washed King aces for Volt's 5th round. A fantastic showing, exciting for Volt here. Looking at the stats, we have Washed King going 12-5 for his team, putting up a great showing, along with Delusion here, going 9-3. Volt doing very well. Empire holding up an 11-6 with Weirdo Jr. The rest of the players somewhat lagging behind. Looking like Jaden Daniels not doing as well as he did on the last map. Switching from hideout to mall is very rough on some teams with the meta shift here. It seems like Empire just wasn't prepared for the switch. Volt capitalizing off of it. Looking like we have a meta push here from Empire, or pub meta push, really. On this back B hallway. Looking like Washed King may have heard it happening. It's backing up to tell the team. I Adapt moving up to rotate down off of stairs. Icon droning for his team. Checking top stairs. Not necessarily needed because of the teammate. And then getting denied information by those players inside. Doing very well. Denied information. Looking like Volt lost a teammate here, unfortunately. Very crucial round for them to lose a teammate. Exciting checking behind the box, knowing there's no one there now. And like, we have Jaden Daniels on the window, hoping to get some little cheeky picks off here. Maybe looking to jump in. Washed King getting taken out by Exciting. A great peek here. Unfortunately, just not able to get it off. I Adapt rotating upstairs to blow this hatch, while also being blown directly into B, giving Empire a great way to rotate inside. All of these Volt players now rotating around, getting stuck in a choke point here in Connector, having to rotate out. I Adapt taking out both Delusion and PMO, Exciting taking out ICL, and then Weirdo taking out SMH, ending out this round. Empire returning the favor by also shooting Volt's bodies, having not started it. Looking at the stats here, 12-6 on both sides from Weirdo and Washed King. Stats mostly spread out from there, with Delusion holding a 9-4 now. Looking like heading into this 9th round, the economy is kind of all over the place for Empire here. Looking to be buying SMGs rather than rifles in order to hold down some economy versus Volt. Now on the back foot on economy, but still trying to full buy here with a Marui, a shotgun, 2 Arils, and an Omen. Very spread out on the guns here. If either team can hold down 2 of these rifles, can get very well for the next round. Looks like we have another Volt member rotating in for a replacement. We have a very early incendiary coming out on Empire to block off this back A hallway. We have a 2-3 play from Empire here, blowing the hatch. And while Weirdo and Jaden Daniels trying to rotate in on the back A. Looking like they're not breaking out anything. They are trying to check all of their corners, not let anything come to chance. Weirdo Jr. taking some hits through the wall, so now the Empire players, now the Volt players know there's someone back here. Maybe not realizing there's someone outside the other door. Delusion getting taken out by Exciting on a great peek here. Throwing a nade to the back, trying to take out any other players. ICL taking out iAdapt. Push, Exciting overextending into the point, and unfortunately taken out by ICL. Weirdo now having to rotate out and get a rifle. Trying to plant the EMP while being guarded by Icon. Very tough spot here. Washington taking out Jaden Daniels. Weirdo maybe overextending, trying to info peek. Icon, unfortunately, not able to get any assistance here as he gets pushed. Icon taking out Wash King, getting pushed by PMO, taking out PMO. Now it's ICL who takes out Icon, claiming this round for Volt. Volt now holding a 6-3 lead against Empire on Maul. Volt doing much better than they did on Hideout. Maybe they have played Maul a bit more than Empire. Alrighty, for economy-wise, looking like the save on Empire paid off. Now able to all almost full buy, other than iAdapt. Unfortunately being held back by his buy last round. Versus Volt, also almost able to full buy. ICL choosing to go for an Auril rather than a Marui or a Vezin. Maybe not confident they can get this round off for their team. But ICL going for a very late roam here rather than rotating through. Looking like we're going to have a full push here from Empire onto B. And the drone as well as Weirdo on the diabolical angle here. ICL getting a very early kill off on Exciting. Taking EMP down along with one of the rifles. Jaden Daniels trying to get the refrag, but just not able to get it. Empire being down a member immediately is not great. And may tip the scales here in Volt's favor for the second map. Looking like a rotate is being called by Empire to rotate around to A, knowing that most of these Volt players are on B. Looking like trying to very quickly push into A. If they can take out PMO, they can claim point very quickly, but they might not know he's in there. iAdapt shooting at the door blocker, pushing straight in, maybe getting killed here by PMO. PMO now knowing where EMP is. Maybe a bit of a blunder there from Empire. Now having all of these Volt members pushing straight in. Huz taking out Weirdo. Now a droner. Alright, Jaden taking out Huz. Now a 4v1 as ICL takes out Jaden. Just Icon here. Getting pushed one by one, but Volt taking Maul on a 7-3 here. Now Maul belonging to Volt. Hideout belonging to Empire. We'll see who wins this third map. Volt played defense very well on this time, only losing one round to Empire. Pulling a 4-2, 5-2, looked like 5-3, winning 2 rounds. Holding down these rounds. Heading back to lobby. Both teams playing Maul very, very well. Unfortunately, Empire is not able to take the map. Looking at the performance here, ICL a definite lead for Volt. Pulling down a 13-7, almost a 2.0 KD during the scrim against Empire. Weirdo Jr. holding down a 12-8 here against Volt. Really picking up the slack for his team. Jaden Daniels just not doing quite as well as he was on Hideout. Maybe he'll pick up his slack on the next map. Looking like the teams are switching sides here. Perhaps. Not, maybe not. Volt staying on defense, it seems. Alrighty, looks like we are now waiting for the map vote rather than starting up. Volt actually going down a member. Looking like Volt Huz had to go. Can Volt get another member in here? Or will we just go to 2 maps? Looking at the util usage between these 2 teams, we're not seeing too many defensive gadgets. I'm not seeing too many trip mines or statics. Mostly just offensive with these incendiaries and frag grenades. No smokes either. We've really only been seeing smokes from some top-level teams trying to block off the vision of the attackers rather than defend themselves on point. Maybe underutilized by some of these teams. We shall see how this shapes up for the next round. Looking like we have some new people in the chat, with Alexa saying, "Let's go watch King, that's my boyfriend," along with Viv and Fire. And Caleb saying, "Empire fall off." Maybe, but this is also a scrim. And Empire looks to be fielding a few tryouts. So this isn't a full showing from them. Volt could be a great contender for next season. Like I said, getting up to gold, maybe diamonds with this performance they're putting out today, especially if they haven't been training too much together throughout this off-season, only becoming a team in late December. Looking like we have a switch here. Volt switching back to offense. This next map looks like it's going to be Factory. A great map for Empire last season. A bold move here if Volt chose it. Empire last season winning 29 of their 64 rounds. Not fantastic on Factory. However, they are a top-level team who has been playing very well over the past few days, especially against Valor. Talking to these teams here, or talking between these teams, looking like Empire is going to be down a player again. Maybe trying to get yet another sub in, if they can. Volt still very confidently holding their roster here, other than switching out one of their players for Huz last map. Playing a very good game against Empire. Especially with losing Hideout, some teams can lose their steam a little bit if they get 7-0'd. But Volt held up their head and chose Maul. Bit of a odd choice here for Empire, which allowed them to get some points back, claw back some momentum, and get a map. Very good choice. Factory now getting picked, along with offense for Volt. If Empire can claim a good few rounds off, they'll set themselves up very well for offensive. However, if Volt can just get a few good plays off, they can do very well for themselves heading into the late game on Factory. Looking like we're still waiting on one of the Empire members here. We have 3 rostered members and Weirdo Jr. as a tryout. Maybe trying to get another tryout in here, which would make, I believe, 4 for Empire in this one scrim. really just cycling these tryouts in and out, trying to get ready for the next season. Not quite sure when the start date will be for that season, but we should know at some point in the near future. Looking again at the performance, we have some definite frontrunners here, with ICL going 13-7, with Weirdo going 12-8. Not too far off from each other. But Empire not putting out a great showing against Volt. You know, looking at these members, none of these members of Volt have gotten above silver experience on VRML. Real underdog story here when it comes to Volt beating out Empire on one of these maps. I don't believe we're seeing this full story. Thanks for coming into the chat, IDOT. No problem on that. It was just an offer for a co-cast, but there was no need to apologize. Looking like we're still waiting on a 5th from Empire. May DM captains here to see what the deal is. Looking like we're going to start on a 4v5. Never mind. Bot Callum coming in to carry Empire on this defensive. Looking like we're going to have a standard Spectral buy here from Volt with some drones and frag grenades coming out. Meanwhile, for Empire, Bot Callum participating with the other players and getting a Spectral. Maybe setting up their 5th coming in, thankfully, rather than getting maybe a Taurus or just sticking with a Bald Jesper. Looking like Volt going for their standard loadout on offense is what it seems like for pistol round, with all Spectrals, and then a breaching, a frag, an incendiary, and a drone. A good spread of utility, and also not spending too much of their money here, with Washed King holding 325, setting it up well for the next round. Meanwhile, Empire only holding 1 bit of gadgets with that frag grenade. Not much else. Looking like we have maybe a meta push here from Volt heading down the stairs looking for a roamer. Weirdo may get droned out here, but might not, depending on how deep this drone goes into lockers. Looks like Weirdo biding his time, hoping he doesn't get droned out. Washed King taking out eye adapt very early. Drone not seeing Weirdo. A fantastic flank from Weirdo here, not shooting the drone out, some restraint. Weirdo now pushing up. All these players are unawares that someone is in lockers. Weirdo taking his time on this push now that these Volt players think there's no one pushing them. Delusion not even watching. These lockers dropping. Huz with EMP dying upstairs. Weirdo on the long flank now very holding... Oh, dropping down to kill ICL, getting overconfident on this overextension here. Wash taking out Weirdo, now just Icon and Washed. Weirdo could have been holding that EMP upstairs, but decided to push down, getting one of these kills, but not picking up the rest. Icon now forced to hold it down on his own. Icon looking to rotate into War Room. Washed rotating upstairs to grab EMP, maybe dropping to plant it. Icon biding his time, just waiting for this plant. He hears it go down, so he starts to push up. Washed going for a fake plant here. Icon pushing up and getting him on the flank. Weirdo's flank upstairs paying off and holding down this round for his team. Sacrificing his life for 3 of those kills. Empire setting themselves up very well economy-wise, now holding an SMG and a shotgun. Volt sticking with their pistols. Looking at the utility, we just have an incendiary coming out from Empire, maybe saving a little bit of money. Volt not buying any utility right now, not even a drone. Now having a drone come out on Delusion, but not much else. Maybe thinking back on their economy. Looking like frontrunners here. We have Washking and Weirdo holding down 1 kill for both of their teams, with Icon holding 2 for Empire and SMH holding 1, almost getting that round off. Volt on the back foot when it comes to economy, with Icon choosing to get a Vezin and Colt taking out a Cadillo. Looks like there's one member holding storage, going for a very early incendiary to deny entry. That is a very important piece of utility that they've now denied themselves for the later parts of the round. You know, we're barely 5 seconds in, and Empire has already used one of their biggest pieces of utility just to block off a single entrance. Not sure if that's going to pay off. Looking like a split push happening here from Volt. A rotate. Huz being left alone with EMP. I Adapt hearing the rotate, it seems. Wash King pushing up. And I Adapt getting a great shotgun kill off with the info peak. I Adapt almost taking out 3, but dying to SMH. I Adapt taking out 2 to 1. A great. Exciting, not priming that grenade, unfortunately. But these players none the wiser. ICL getting a great flank off. Now, both teams at 3 members. Health advantage belongs to no one. Looking like we're going for a late round drone from SMH. Trying to identify where these Empire members are. Looking for any flanks. Checking all of their corners that they can. Maybe not seeing the person out in the hallway, knowing there's one in point. Not pinging the one in hallway, allowing him to get almost a flank off, but gets seen before he can get any kills. Drone finding him. Empire, now knowing where these Volt players are, can play off of that knowledge. Bit of a misplay here, maybe from Volt. Rotate now, making a lot of noise in assembly, but not having much time, unfortunately, to crouch out. Weirdo on a very ambitious flank here. Not even having enough time. SMH taking out Colt and going to plant, with Icon left alone on point, taking out Huz and taking out SMH, allowing Weirdo time to come back. Icon getting the 3K to end out this round. That Vezin buy paying off for Empire. Icon able to hold on to his economy. Looking at economy here, Volt is kind of on the back foot here, having to buy SMGs, 3 SMGs and 2 Orils rather than full buying into Vezin. Meanwhile, Empire relatively free to do whatever they want. With Colt opting to do a Jesper save, sorry, a Spectral save, along with Exciting. Meanwhile, we have a Vezin coming out from Icon, since he could save so much money on the last round. He just is keeping that Vezin and buying for his teammates. Huz seemingly going AFK for a moment, already having his gun, so not too bad. Looks like we have some celebrations happening from Empire, going 2-0 on Factory. Looking like we have a meta hatch push here into Tetris, being guarded by 3 of these Empire members. Maybe a misplay here for Volt if they do decide to drop. Knowing these Empire members have great knowledge of these meta pushes. SMH looking to push in from this back window. Like maybe a rotate being called. Huz with EMP, unfortunately, AFK. So if Volt can get in point, they're going to have to waste valuable time waiting on Huz. Now he's back, wasting about 20 seconds. Not too bad. Much worse. Oh, he had the foam as well. That would have been very sad. And like Tetris hatch blown with I Adapt waiting very patiently, and lockers now coming around. If there are any drops, drop happening. SMH about to interact with Adapt. iAdapt having the shotgun, not able to get the kill off here. iAdapt taking out SMH with that, but trading off some health. iAdapt backing up towards point before he gets utiled. These two trips here, very dangerous for Volt if they decide to push in. Washed King has his back to this door blocker. Very bad if someone decides to peek that. Looks like they don't this time. Tetris now clear for Washed King to rotate through, checking all of his corners. Washed King opening up Cubby with that static. ICL now revealing his location with that proximity. Cubby wall now foamed. These trip mines still not taken down. They could still catch someone off guard if ICL doesn't take them out. ICL finally sees the trips. For only 40 seconds left for Volt, unfortunately. They're going to have to make some plays here to pull a round out of Empire's hands. iAdapt holding real close with that shotgun. iAdapt taking out ICL and Huz. Wash King taking out iAdapt. Getting up on the wall here. Wash King trying to get a kick off on Weirdo. Backing up. Getting flanked here. Weirdo taking out Washed King. Celebrating by shooting the body. Empire leading 3-0 on Factory. We're seeing on these standard maps, Empire leading pretty dominantly. And on Mall, just not having the chops for it. Heading into the next season. We have iAdapt and Icon leading on Empire here, with Weirdo Jr. bringing up the rear with 4-1, very close. Meanwhile, over on Volt's side, we have 4-3 from Wash King and SMH, but other than that, not much to go around. Washed King holding a lead over this team. Looking like we may have a off-meta push on Roof Hatch here to Tetris. Interesting. And then we have an odd choice here from Volt. Not sure what they're going for unless they're going down these stairs. If so, they don't have anyone repelled down there. They only have one drone here. Interested to see what they go for. Washed King on the gravel. Looking like he may go for a war room to bathroom push. Empire shooting out that window immediately, trying to get some early picks off. Maybe hearing Washed King on the gravel. Washed King very patiently on this window, biding his time. Oh, he gets seen by Exciting. Washed King now having to hide behind this AC unit in order to not get killed. Washed King taking out Exciting. But not before Exciting can take out ICL, unfortunately. Icon, now knowing Washed King is on the gravel, deciding to back up. Washed King repelling back, maybe getting taken out by Icon here on a great pick. Unfortunately, Icon not getting the kill, getting forced out of bathroom by an incendiary. Washed King really wanting this kill on bathroom, maybe overcommitting a little bit instead of trying to get inside the building. SMH pushing down towards point, seeing the flank and getting a great kill off on Weirdo on the stairs. Fantastic play space there to prevent any shots from hitting. Looking like Volt is going to be full committing to an A push here. Washed King taking out Colt on the way. iAdapt stuck with a shot from the wrong end of point, almost getting taken out. Icon taking out Washed King with a grenade, as long with iAdapt taking out Delusion with a shotgun, but TSS taking out iAdapt. Now Icon stuck in War Room with a Vezin. Info peeking here, getting shot in the hand quite a bit, taking Huz down very low. At a disadvantage here when it comes to positioning. Icon having a stim, very good for him. Huz waiting very patiently on the peak and taking out Icon since he does not check his corners, unfortunately. Volt claiming their first round on Factory. Starting a bit of momentum here. Trying to come back to a 3-3. Volt, unfortunately, still not having the economy to full buy just because of these previous rounds. Meanwhile, over on Empire, we have a mix of guns. Tracer asked me to show the scoreboard. Looks like we have I Adapt and Icon going 6 kills deep on Empire. Volt still having 4-2-1, but pulling off that last round, looking like we had a disconnect over on Volt with EMP. Hopefully that player can get back before EMP gets lost in the building by bot Wesley. Unfortunate. Looks like we had another roster change here, having ZKO come in for Volt. Getting another player in with EMP, but he's on the other side of the building. He has a bit of running to do. Looking like we have a meta storage push here from Volt. We have upstairs here, maybe Colt looking to go for a window peek. Great peek here on lower level teams, maybe not checking it. Icon taking down Huz. What a great peek here. Maybe not expecting Colt to lean out this window as well. Delusion now watching, but not able to see Icon. Colt not able to get the lean out the window, unfortunately. Having to resort to a blind fire. Maybe not having the placement. Exciting, taking out Delusion. Bolt now down to 3 players already. Icon down to 1 health. ZKO taking out Weirdo Jr. on top floor. SMH going for an overextension peek there. One of these members still chilling upstairs, trying to take out any stragglers. ZKO trying to rotate into point, getting denied by I Adapt with the shotgun. ZKO, ICL taking out Icon with a great incendiary. I Adapt taking out ICL and ZKO, and claiming his 3rd kill here with SMH. I Adapt claiming some great kills with the Knut this match. I Adapt now 9-4 for Empire. Putting in the work for his team here. Volt very much on the back foot for economy. Meanwhile, Empire free to full buy as much as they want. I Adapt confidently sticking with that Knut. Buying the utility for his team. We're now seeing the statics and door blockers come out. Jaden Daniels, you did very well on the first map, getting 14 kills off. It's very good on Hideout. Glad to see you in the chat. We have a very slow start here from Volt. Probably planning a little bit before their entry. Going up to roof, seemingly another Tetris push here. With ICL going up to roof as well, holding EMP. Meanwhile, we have we have Wash King disconnecting with a Vezin, a Stim, and a drone. Tragedy here for Volt, especially on switch rounds. Looking like now the bot Nachai, unfortunately, downstairs. SMH getting a great play space there on Icon, getting the kill off, allowing him to enter the building, droning in by ZKO. Empire trying to hold these points down, especially on lockers, now knowing that someone has dropped on Hatch. SMH rotating in on the other side of lockers, exciting, maybe knowing and sending that grenade. Definitely know there's someone here now. The proximity getting taken out by SMH on a great peek. These 2 trips maybe taking someone out if they're not seen by SMH here. Cubby prepared to be blown. The unfortunate nade there by Weirdo, not taking anyone out. Those trips still not getting seen by Volt, unfortunately. There we go. Taken out by ZKO. Would have been real unfortunate for them to walk into it and lose this 5-3 lead. I Adapt still a menace on the door with that Knut opening up. Cubby now. Washed King rotating in with his team. Looking to open up B wall. Weirdo Jr. taking out Washed King through the wall on a collat, apparently, through maybe his teammate's body. I Adapt rotating through point to Cubby. Taking out SMH, looking to take out another in Cubby. Rotating a hard push here, taking out ICL. maybe, and ZKO on a long-range nut shot. Oh my goodness. And Huz getting pushed back into the corner. Adapt on a dominant lead here, going 12-4. With that Knut playing those shotguns very well. Volt rotating onto defense now. Now, Volt in a tough spot here. Exciting, deciding to pull out a Taurus rather than the normal Spectral here. Going for what looks like an off-meta push into Assembly. Rather than going towards that A hatch. Maybe a good move here against a team that is falling back on these pub defenses here. Looking to rotate over ZKO, hoping to get someone on this hatch. May get droned out by Icon, as well as Colt. No offensive utility coming out from Empire, only defensive. And one of Empire's drones gets thrown all the way down onto the street here. Unfortunate. Looking like we have a bit of messing around here from Empire on their dominant lead. Exciting having lagged out, actually. Unfortunate buy here from Exciting, not paying off. Looks like ZKO upstairs on Locker revealing his position. Weirdo now looking to chase and hold it for his team. Drone now coming out. Looking like I adapt to push straight into point. Washed, the only one on point, having to defend it. Now with ICL and Huz rotating back in. Bot Dan climbing in bottom window, coming up the stairs. Washed King holding it, getting a few shots off on Weirdo, but not enough to take him down too low. Have ZKO looking to open this window up. May not be able to get any picks, but will get seen by Colt. ZKO now rethinking this peak. Now hearing the rappel. May be able to capitalize off of it. As it's not being watched anymore. Wash taking out Dan. I adapt as well. ZKO getting the kill off on Colt. Weirdo Jr. taking out Washed King. Icon taking out SMH as Huz takes out Weirdo. Now Icon alone on Empire. Volt holding down 2-1. Icon looking the wrong way. Taken out by Huz. Volt claiming their second round. Tensions may be running high in these two teams. We've got some body shots going off. KO rotating out to grab weaponry. Now, maybe Empire falling victim to the 5-1 curse here. Volt now holding 2-5. Looking like Empire still down a member. We have Empire holding. I adapt at 13-5 still, holding a very good lead. Colt bringing up the rear on 0-4. On Volt, we have 8-6 from Washed King, but ICL just holding a 2-7, unfortunately. Not able to hold as steady as he was on previous maps. Third map here looking very good for Empire if they can get this fifth player back, and looking like Bot Dan still on their team, maybe going to carry them into this next round. We'll see. I would like to see it. Looking like we have a off meta push onto Hatch. I adapt taking out Dan to grab his Omen. Taking the opportunity to get some economy save. Colt looking to open up Hatch here and get an early incendiary into A. Maybe wasting some utility here. Unless they're going to do a quick push, it might just be a waste of utility. Unfortunately, incendiary their own Hatch and smoke. Colt dropping in, getting incendiary by his own thing. ZKO getting both kills off. Empire overextending on the push a little bit here. Giving themselves not a great way to start off this round. Dropping EMP as well. Not sure what the plan there was. SMH taking out Weirdo Jr. Now leaving Icon with the Jesper getting killed by ZKO. Empire dropping another round into Volt's lap. Fortunately, just absolutely whiffing that last round, I'm sorry to say. But they can afford it, having taken quite a few rounds off of Volt. Holding a 5-1 lead, and to switch, they can afford it, especially with this economy now, able to full buy, with Bot Dan getting a Knut. Volt maybe taking that for himself. Losing one of their players could be a switch here for Volt to get back. Looking like Volt still having that front runner on Washed King, putting up a great showing for his team. Looking like on utility here, we have Weirdo Jr. holding double incendiaries along with a drone coming out from Icon. Meanwhile, on Volt, we have a lot of defensive gadgets coming out with proximities, statics, maybe a door blocker even. Yep, a door blocker on A. Trying to hold these points down for their team. A drone coming in, as well as a Tetris push. I Adapt taking down Dan to take his shotgun on a good idea there with how he's been playing with these Knuts. Looks like a late round procs being placed down here on Hatch. Risky move in case they quick dropped on that Hatch. Looking like we have some wall bangs happening. Drone checking bottom stairs, finding no roamers. Those trips going off. I Adapt, not happy with Bolt for setting those off is what it looks like. And there's no stim on Empire's side. Maybe tipping the scales in Volt's favor, especially with their numbers advantage. I Adapt to push into B, stopped by a static with ICL up on the bench. ICL almost getting seen by I Adapt, but timing is just off. EMP dropped in Cubby here. SMH pushing out through the incendiary, but not getting it off. DKO taking out SMH with his grenade. Oh no. Icon very low here, along with I Adapt, holding down a Marui rather than his Knut. Maybe going Empire looking to go for a save up on roof rather than try to push this through. Not having too much money. Maybe trying to just get some picks off. Volt licking their wounds here, healing up, rather than peeking out. Looking like we're just going to be having a save round here. While they're saving, playing patty cake on the roof. Looks like we have Volt SMH still holding that top spot with 9 and 7, while ICL getting 2 kills. And on the Empire side, they're still down a player, unfortunately. I Adapt holding 13 and 6, with Icon on 8 and 5. Colt just not able to hold his weight on Factory here. Empire looking to TK on the roof. Icon begging for his life from I Adapt. Uh-oh. Volt getting another round of Empire, almost tying this up. With how dominantly Empire was holding this Factory, losing that member really upset their momentum and allowed Volt to get some rounds off. Looks like we have some door blockers coming out from Volt, as well as a full buy round. Able to afford it very handily. Empire also able to afford a full buy pretty easily. Empire maybe not getting a 5th for the rest of this match. May handicap them here pretty handily, with Volt able to get Factory off, but that remains to be seen. If Empire can just get one good round off, they'll guarantee themselves at least overtime. They just need to pick off these Volt players. But these Volt players are playing together in groups, and so they're able to get these refrags off that not many teams can get, depending on their playstyle. Looking like we may have a meta storage push here. Empire going back to basics. With Volt not really blocking it off. Volt knowing they can hold these points down rather than try to overextend. Checking every corner here, leaving no stone unturned on this drone. ZKO getting taken out through the wall by Weirdo Jr. on a fantastic peek there. Way to tip the scales here. Looking like Empire also gets their 5th member back. Exciting coming back in. Almost dying immediately to an incendiary. Exciting back in, turning the tables here for Empire. I adapt, watching the flank. Great nade from Volt, just barely not taking anyone out. ICL calm and collected over here on a very painful peak. My goodness. Volt just holding these points down rather than overextending and staying off the point. Drone coming through, checking upstairs. Don't see anyone upstairs. Looks like they might go hatch. I adapt, pushing straight through towards A. Checking all of these corners, not leaving anything unseen. Looking like we're calling an A rotate here on Empire. Volt, none the wiser. All staying on storage. Huz getting taken down by a great incendiary from Exciting, rotating through it rather than around it. SMH dying to a rotate in the middle of the wall, unfortunately. IDAP dying to killing ICL. Icon taking out Wash King as Wash King takes out Weirdo Jr. Empire now holding 6 and 4. Holding 6 and 4, heading into match point for Empire. They're able to full buy. Meanwhile, Volt's economy lagging behind a bit. Unfortunately, only able to get an SMG from ZKO rather than a Marui, handicapping themselves 5v5 here, heading into perhaps the last round if Empire can get it off. Volt having to really strategize here and B, get some good gadgets down. SMH getting all of these defensive gadgets they can. Not getting too many offensive gadgets. Volt just trying to just itch this round out here. Empire having guaranteed themselves tiebreaker or a win. Empire going for a Tetris push here. Just a standard Tetris, knowing they can get it off. Volt not taking any chances and just holding point. Looks like we have a double drone from Empire. SMH holding Cubby pretty tightly. Might get trapped on there if the wall's about to get blown. He might get trapped. He hears the phone go off. Thankfully, having his audio on. Looking like B is going to be covered by SMH and ICL. Unfortunately, no Empire members in lockers currently. Looking like we have all Empire players inside the building now, opening up Cubby, throwing a grenade into back sight. DKO getting a great grenade, trying to take out Exciting, getting the kill on Exciting with a fantastic grenade and incendiary combo there. Tipping the scales in their favor. Volt now holding health advantage against Empire. Grouping up in order to get the refrag. ICL taking out Colt, but Weirdo taking out ZKO, trying to get the plant off here on Empire. A very ambitious plant on Cubby, able to get it off, maybe able to rotate back to roof here. Icon trying to rotate back. Volt allowing it. Trying to peek this door, maybe getting it off. Icon knowing it's coming, taking out SMH. Now Volt has a very tough job ahead of them. Weirdo taking out Huz. And this might be match for Empire. And Empire claims Factory. Weirdo taking out ICL on a great 3 maps here from Volt and Empire, sorry. Fantastic scrim to watch. Well played on both sides. Empire managing to claim 2 of the 3 maps, only not managing to claim Mall on a 7-0 lead on Hideout. Well played by both teams. Fantastic utility use from both teams, especially from Volt. We're seeing some great incendiary and grenade combos from them, especially on pistol round, to hold back these players. Well played from both sides. Very fun scrim to watch, and I hope all of you had fun watching it as well. Very, very well played on both sides. Looking at the scrim today, Empire able to get some great momentum going on first map and able to carry it through into last. I Adapt leading with 15-7, thanks very much so to that Knut playing. Then we have Weirdo and Icon coming up after him with 12-7 and 10-5. We have Volt, Washed King, and SMH holding 9 kills. ZKO holding 6, having late joined. And then we have ICL and Huz bringing up the rear with only 4, but playing very well with their team. Colt going 0-7 on Empire. May not make that tryout if he is a tryout. Empire having rotated through a lot of people for the scrim, managing to get it off. And I am excited to have watched the scrim, and I'm excited to watch how Volt progresses throughout the next season, playing very well against Empire, and maybe in the future against other top-level teams. I slightly doubted at the beginning when looking at their team history, they didn't have much going for them with just a silver team, but bit of an upset here, playing very well against Empire. And Empire picking up the pace on both maps, really just showing their dominance over this team, showing their team play, telling them to sit down, maybe rethink the scrim partnership. But they might scrim again, and Empire might get some great rounds off, but Volt might get it out next time. That's my prediction, I feel. With that being said, I want to thank you all for watching, and for the two teams for letting me cast over it. I've been Plague Doctor, and this has been another Breachers VRML cast in the off-season scrim. I hope you have a great night.